Good morrow, people of the internetiverse, and... fuck. Good morrow, people of the internetiverse. I'm your bodacious host, Dan, as always, and welcome to the first ever YouTube top 9 video on the channel. Now, you may be asking yourself, Dan, you sexy hunk of sass, why only top 9, unlike the top 10s everybody else does? And to you I say, well, firstly, thank you very much. Maybe you and me get some dinner sometime, see what happens, eh? Secondly, I'm pretty lazy, and it seemed like a pretty easy way to cut corners and save some time. So, enjoy the first ever top 9 on the channel with my top 9 favourite films of all time. Number 9, Miss March. Man, is this film obscure. It was written by 2 out of the 5 people in The Whitest Kids You Know, one of my favourite comedy troupes of all time. And it's a comedy film with almost no thread of logic and no real-world possibility. A film that attempts romance in the same way a lump hammer attempts to caress the inner thigh. It's a brilliantly dark film with such weird and hilarious humour that I recommend it to anyone, if you can find it. Number 8. Wow, I'm just all over the obscure titles today. So, Press Start was written by Dark Maze Studios, and it's a continuation of their animated series called Press Start Adventures, and is possibly one of the greatest video game parodies and series of references of all time. Pretty much everything in that film can be referenced to some game or some piece of pop culture, and it's brilliant. It deserves far more credit and far more notoriety than it has. And, again, if you can find it, I thoroughly recommend watching it. Number 7, TheCondemned. Nobody knows this one either, do they? Damn it! Well, this film is pretty much an action cliche-filled, testosterone, blood-drenched fuel ride. I don't know why I did that. And it's one of those guilty pleasures that I don't expect anyone to really agree with, but it is just a perfect man movie. I mean, Stone Cold Steve Austin killing his way to freedom in a bloodier version of the Hunger Games. I mean, that's just man! I don't know, just cut the man bit, ignore this. Number 6. GoldenEye, finally a film people will recognise on this list. Now, this is, to me, the best Bond film of all time. The beautifully suave and incorruptible Bond before his recent grittier real-life update. Pierce Brosnan is the perfect Bond for me because of the suits, the fast cars, the crazy gadgets, the sexy ladies, all of that sort of thing. It's exactly what Bond is and should always be for me. And then with an amazing supporting cast that I won't go into, my first ever experience with the impeccable Sean Bean playing 006, what more could you want from a Bond film? Or a film in general? It's just brilliant. Watch GoldenEye again. You've seen it, watch it again. Number 5, Push. Now, a small minority of people will know what this film is, and I hope you'll agree with me how good it really is. It's a look at superpowers in a totally different way. Instead of labelling them as simply, that person has telekinesis, that person can fly, it's new names, new powers, and a whole new way of doing things, which I feel works really well. And then applying these new powers like bleeders, pushers, smokers, movers, etc., pushing all of them into an Asian slum and a bigger-than-them story was brilliant. And I feel it's taken the minority versus the governmental machine story that we've heard a million times to a unique place that not many other films can. Number 4, South Park / Team America World Police.
Dan, that's 2 films. Why don't you just make it a top 10 and put them both in separately?
No, shut up. No, don't listen to him. Ignore him. Lazy reasoning. Stop. Just look. These 2 films are comedic gold. They're written by the same writers, they've got similar humour, similar music and brilliantly hilarious songs in them, and some of the most quotable lines in all of film and anything else history. These 2 films are so very similar, as are my opinions on them, that it counts the same thing, right? You understand that? That all makes sense. They're they take the same slot because my points on both would be the same. Okay? Matt Damon. Number 3, Super. Shut up, crime! Now, I'm not really going to say anything here. It's been out for a while, but watch the trailer. It's brilliant. There's nothing I can say that won't be explored by the trailer. It is an amazing film, a brilliant vigilante movie. Just look it up. It's a great comedy. It's got Ellen Page, Rainn Wilson, Kevin Bacon, Liv Tyler. It's brilliant. Look it up. Watch the trailer. And then if you like it, watch the film. But trust me, you'll love it. Number 2, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Now, if I had to use a film to describe my love life, it wouldn't be this one. It's possibly the greatest adaptation from book or books to film I've ever seen. It's so much of everything in the books has been transferred straight into the film. There's nothing that they've really left out, which is normally a big problem for book to film adaptations. This avoids them all. Already brilliant books, now a film. It's brilliant. So much brilliant. Watch it. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, and by all I mean at least one person, my favourite film of all time, number 1, V for Vendetta. Now, most of you will probably have guessed this. Anybody who knows me will have guessed that, because this has been my favourite film for a while. It's a brilliant film, I don't shut up about it, and I love both the graphic novel and the film adaptation. It's great acting, brilliant action, and excellent music. This film captured my heart so very much and kept my mind going so very often that one of the lines from both the graphic novel and that sort of smoothed over in the film captured me so much I actually, got a tattoo representation of it. But that's a film for another time. So this is the film for me. This has always been something I've loved and focused on. Maybe not tried to follow, because killing hundreds of police officers with a knife, probably not the way you want to go in life. But the beliefs and the ideas that V follows is exactly what I want to be able to do and follow in my life. So, yeah, that was my number 1 film. And that was the first ever top 9 on the channel. Thank you very much for watching. Leave your comments on what your top 9 films are somewhere on the internetiverse, and I'll see you around YouTube.
In case anyone's wondering, my favourite film is 8.5 Women. It's a Peter Greenaway film. Haven't seen it, but it's got a naked woman on the cover. It's got to be good, isn't it? It's either that or Jumanji.